Olá, bem-vindos. Hello and welcome to the channel. At first glance, the rotors on your bike can be a little intimidating. Have so many options on the market and many standards also. Today we go focus on Shimano 6-bolt and center lock systems. I go drive you chapter by chapter, and at the final of this episode I think you have more knowledge about rotors. I'm the Portuguese guy, and let's start it. We go proceed to first identification of type of rotor you have on your wheel. This type here is a 6-bolt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts. This is one type of Shimano rotor. Now we go and see another. This is a center lock system. Have two types of center lock system Shimano: external thread and internal. I show you the internal. This is an internal thread. Okay, now we go proceed to take off the 6 bolts here on the rotor. Let's go. We have the rotor and the wheel without the rotor. Next, we going mounting the rotor again, and I explain you some considerations you need to have. The tools we need for the job is a T-Torch 25 to make this job. Another thing, never put your hands, naked hands, on the disc breaker. And when you screw, you always screw in zigzag, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. Never screw one completely and then screw the others. First you make like that. You screw a little, this, and I'll go here, next, and next, always in the opposite. Another tip I give you: never put lube on the screws. Never. Or lube or wax or whatever. Never put lube on the screws. Now we start proceeding to disassemble the center lock rotor. Outside thread. You see? Because outside thread is F here outside, and like I show you on the other, this is inside this thread. And for this thread, if you have an inside thread, you need this tool or this tool here. You put this tool here and just screw. See? Center lock have two systems, outside and inside thread. Never forget this. And take off, and you see the disc and the wheel. You know, my friend, I spend many hours every week to put these videos live. If you want to smash that like button and subscribe, help me a lot. Right? Let's go to the next stage. Now you go put the disc again in place. It's very easy. Have some thread here inside. First you rotate a little with your hands, and then with this tool, maybe have another tool, another configuration of tool. This is a lock ring tool. It's closed and you put here, but I have this tool here, and that's it. Another tip I give you: normally Shimano have rotors only for resin brake pads. Never forget this detail, because if you put a metal brake pads, damage the rotor. One thing you need to know before you buy a new rotor: you need to know the size of the rotor. Normally, but this is not standard. Normally, the road bikes have 140, gravel bikes 160, and mountain bikes 180 up, 200, 220. In this case, I have 160. And normally the manufacturer put on the disc itself and on the rotor itself the measure of the rotor. But if in some cases no have that info there, and you need a caliper to make that measure. You need a caliper. Don't forget this, or a tape measure, or anything to measure from one point to another the rotor. Because if you have 160 on the bike and you buy 180, you need to buy another, because that 180 mostly of the case not enter there on the calipers of the brake pads, surely. Another tip I give you, if you're riding mostly in cities, what happen is have more contamination of the rotor. It's meaning you more often need to take off the rotor and clean properly. You see this video here to clean your rotors like my style, shining. On these three types of rotor, I not see anyone have advantage against another. The only advantage I see is the center lock. It's more quickly to put on, to take off. It's simply, I prefer than 6 bolts. I hope so you enjoyed this video. I'm the Portuguese guy, and let's go to another adventure.